Well, as we wrap up American Heart Month, we're taking a look at heart valve disease. It affects millions of Americans, including one Central Georgia woman. Nancy Smith works in her yard quite a bit, but at one point in her life, she says she was scared to sleep at night because she didn't think she'd wake up. Her life is back on track today, but this morning, she wants to raise awareness to anyone experiencing similar challenges.
Every day with a renewed sense of gratitude.
I feel so much better and younger now.
This attitude, though, she tells me, stems from some scary moments in her life.
I really did think I was going to die several times.
About 30 years ago, Smith began experiencing heart problems.
I could feel my heart actually stop. I could feel it, jump around, and I went and had a cardiac ablation.
She says that procedure nearly a decade ago did help, but over time, the irregular heartbeats and chest pains worsened around late last summer and early fall.
I couldn't even take the dishes out of the dishwasher. I couldn't even complete a whole sentence without being...
A mitral valve leak, also surfacing about a decade ago, the culprit behind her troubles. Dr. Richard Harvey with Piedmont-Macon tells me this particular heart valve keeps blood flowing the way it should. Smith's was defective.
If it's leaking when your heart squeezes, the blood is pushed back to your lungs instead of going out to your body like it should,
causing shortness of breath, fatigue, and lack of endurance. He says it's important people who experience this talk with their doctors quickly.
You can develop intractable heart failure long-term if it's left alone,
including a heart attack or even a stroke. ValveDisease.org says about 11.6 million Americans have a heart valve disease, and about 25,000 people a year in the U.S. die from this. In Smith's case, all she needed was a repair.
You assess the valve and see if you think it's repairable. If it is, then you proceed with a repair.
Dr. Harvey says this procedure is Piedmont-Macon's third most common heart operation.
You look good.
And Smith says it's why she's still alive. And today, she's sharing a rather stern but life-saving message.
Get your butt to the doctor and have it checked out. Because, I never would have thought I would have all this. Never. But don't take your life for granted.
You heard her there. Something else worth noting, Dr. Harvey tells me mitral valve deaths are higher among women, senior citizens, minorities, and people living in rural areas. And although this is not preventable, doctors recommend eating a heart-healthy diet and being physically active. Also, quit smoking if you are a smoker and manage your stress.